Did you tweet? All right. Check it now. Let's see. I don't. I don't see it. I'm looking at it. Nope. Let's see. I don't remember seeing it last week. I meant to tell you that. All right.
I'm chilling.
Cool. Got it. Oh, it's all good, as you can tell by my head. Still out here, man. It's cold as hell out here. What up, JB?
There were some places up north yesterday that was showing a little bit of snow flurries and whatnot. You got Raven Show.
What's up, Glass? Yeah, we good. That's wrong.
Anyway, we had a pretty good Sunday yesterday. I thought, I was satisfied with the product. Was you satisfied with the product?
Yeah. It was a couple of that I didn't come in, but other than that, all in all, it was all good.
Yeah, I got caught up in the mix too. Me and everybody got into the Sunday show yesterday about the Rams, about the Vikings. We'll talk about it a little bit. I'm just saying, you gotta be real careful. There's certain people in your pick league who are doing exceptionally well.
Yes.
We know how they do it. I watch football, but I watch NFL stuff all day long, right? All the reports, I get everything. I'm making my picks, and I'm watching this stuff, and I'm like,
man, you still leave vision, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, listen though, we saw the emergence of one young Jared Goff, Glass, you know? Jared Goff made his debut.
Hold on for a second. Getting tweets again. Texas again saying we're echoing.
Oh, okay. Mute this one. Okay, so I see my mic on that one. One of y'all say something.
All right, well, I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay, that works. Okay, good. We good. Because it's
done
from the other one. I had to figure out which one to mute. Okay, that's good. As long as one it's good. All right, yeah. So Glass. You know, we was been talking about it for like last 2 or 3 weeks. Was like, yo, when they gonna put him in? They was talking about what the Ferrari in the garage or whatever they was talking about. Listen, I thought for his debut, I mean, it went the way it should have went, right? I thought, you know, he came out and he did pretty good. He didn't really make a whole lot of crazy mistakes. And history shows us that every number 1 overall drafted quarterback always lose their debut game, right? And so, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see nothing, you know, awfully crazy about it. What you think about that Jared Goff's debut, Glass?
Well, you know, I think it's like maybe 3 weeks too late. Right. Now you just want to see, right now you're just trying to give him a little feel of how the NFL is supposed to be. Yeah. I don't know the sacks I seen him take yesterday. I don't think he want to learn that quick, but you know. I mean, it is what it is, you know. And shouts out to the Dolphins. They actually turned it around and making it look good.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I'm saying? So they 6-4.
Yeah.
Adam Gase, he's doing his job out there. Hey.
Yeah. Here's the thing I want to say about it, JB. The whole situation where the end of the game. Look, me and Vernon got into it. I was like, hey, listen, there is a thing about the Rams where they will play good football, keep the opponent under 18 points, keep the score close, and kind of get away with the win, right? And they were doing that for the most part. And then we get in a situation where the Dolphins score late, and there's a lot of pressure being put on the young rookie quarterback first, you know, start. You know, what was it? A minute and a half or whatever left in the game, down by 5. I don't know, JB. That's a tough spot to be in to put your rookie quarterback. You know, what you think about this one?
It's trial by fire, man. You get forged by the fire. Stick them in there. See what happened. I mean, he make the play. We talking about something different. He put that drive together. We talking about, you know, he get, you know, quiet, especially me, for somebody who didn't think he was ready. You know, that's why they was hiding the guy. But, you know, I mean, next time he'll know.
Yeah. I decided I felt bad for him. I really did, because I was like, oh my goodness, they don't let him score late. It's getting ready to come down to this quarterback. We really get ready to see what he made of. And then, you know, that the first 2, you know, plays out the gate, I was like, wow, well, you know, let's talk this one up. It's over.
Hey man, whatever happened to Todd Gurley, man? He had a phenomenal season last season, and just like this year, he just missing in action, man.
He is. Well, he got an end zone this week. I mean, you know, I still think he finished with 72 yards or something like that. He definitely not the performance that he had the year before. I don't know. Right. I mean, I guess, you know, like JB,
based on how Goff was running around in circles, man, it's an offensive line issue.
Right.
I mean, this guy didn't even have time to throw it away. He just running.
Right.
It was, like I said, it was a rough spot to put the young boy in. I felt for him. I really did. Okay, well, here it is, Glass. What did we pull out of what we saw yesterday? What you got out of this one?
Well, another bright light I could give JB. I got to give shouts out to Stephen Smith Sr., the wide receiver for the Ravens, for being the 14th player in NFL history to reach 1,000 career receptions in the loss against the Cowboys yesterday. Yeah. So kudos to Stephen Smith Sr.
Right. Well, that's the 2-part congratulations, because, you know, about 900 and let's say 80 of them was happening in Carolina.
Carolina, with a couple different quarterbacks too, right? You know. So I mean, you know, I think he was back in the day with I think he played with 4 different quarterbacks in Carolina. 4 or 5. Yeah. So you know, welcome Cam into the and I don't know if JB, did you get to check out his NFL Network special, A Football Life? It was some good stuff.
I did watch it.
If you ain't seen it, you got to see it. It was good. It was good stuff. You know what I mean? And, you know, I know most of Panther Nation was checking it out. All right, glad JB. So you know, you were checking the games. I know you was upset with a lot of things you saw, but what did you pull out that was a little memento? You can be like, yo, this is what I got from this.
Well, you got 2 significant injuries, especially in my division with AJ Green and Giovanni Bernard. I don't know about if Green is a season thing, but I know Bernard is definitely out, ACL. We had before people, you too especially, try to hop on the fact that the Ravens lost due to poor officiating. We had Tomlin on the podium after the game that they won, talking about how horrible officiating was yesterday. So I think they must have got some of my tweets, maybe a few other people from other teams, but the 4 o'clock games was not nearly as bad. But the 1 o'clock games, I mean, just different games in general. It's just bad for the sport. I'm telling you.
I agree. Look, the officiating this season has just been. I mean, it can't overstate it enough, guys. It's been rough. You know, we got into that whole situation a couple weeks ago where they were talking about wanting the discipline the officiating crew and blah blah. Yeah, I don't know, man. They got too much power to sway these games, man. Especially now we getting into this later part of the season. Can't have it, man. You can't.
When you see players like Kelsey, these are players on the field. This ain't people who paid to be at the game or the people at home watching the game. Man, I mean, he erupted like that on the field. Players all over the place erupting on the field, reacting to a non-call, crazy call. That's something's wrong with that.
Yeah, it is, man. I don't know.
The players are just straight fed up. I like you said with Kelsey, I was glad to see what he did, throw his own towel at the referee for the officiating that they had. But then again, let's not forget, I'm not a official sympathizer, but they be changing the rules so much every year. It's hard for them to keep up with what's going on. Some of the stuff is just common sense. I understand that, but still. Roger Goodell in the NFL got to do a better job teaching these guys what needs to be taught. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, we always, on the side of the player where we say, well, they change the game so much they make it hard for players to play. But the rules changes also make it harder for the officials to do their job too. We always, looking at Dez Bryant, was it a catch? Was it a catch? We always looking. I mean, like the whole thing that went down between Drew Brees and Cam Newton with the it's always something. But, their job is hard too. They gotta go by the same rules and regulations that the players do, and it's rough. You know what I mean? It's rough.
My thing is this: when you got replay happening, after a play, and you can just kind of look at the TV and just see the referee say hell of a catch, hell of a throw. They wasn't so much being fans of the game and watching the game; they can officiate. If you remember football from back in the day, the officials, they didn't care about who was doing what. They called. They didn't know none of their names either.
Right.
Now we know who Hockley is. Cleveland, there's a few others, man.
Some notorious ones out there.
Yeah, known for this or that or the other. And that's ridiculous, man.
It's bad. It's bad. Now, I talk about this all the time, Glass. Look, this is what we saw yesterday. 12 missed kicks. 12.
Was it 12?
12.
When was the last? What was the last one? Was it a Sunday night game?
Yeah, in the Sunday night game. Yeah. It was,
wow.
12 missed kicks. Now listen, again, I'm gonna say this. I'm a fan of the new kicking rules. I like it. You know what I mean? It's and the fact that we're talking about kickers, right? I think that's a good thing for the game. I mean, the spotlight ain't never really been on them until like every once in a while in a clutch situation where you call on Adam Vinatieri or Sebastian Janikowski or somebody like that who, they known for kind of like closing the deal with a kick. But now, man, it's like, Vinatieri missed one yesterday.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I like it. I don't care what anybody say. I know you narrowed the goalposts and everything, but I know it was going to be this drastic because I think last year they were saying there was only 8 missed field extra points. Yeah. Now, one day we had 11. Yeah. And like you said, with Adam Vinatieri, he broke his streak of, I think it was 44 consecutive completion, field goal completions. Now, hey, when that happens, when your top dog missing a field goal, extra point, that's when it's serious. So I can't complain. It makes the game more competitive, more interesting.
It does. You know what I mean? And it's so weird though. Like as the kickers are. Going through this stuff, man. But you know what? That means that they got to step. They can't just show up and throw them little teeny shoulder pads on and do they one little drill or whatever that they do. They gonna have to look. They look now, and I mean, this is an opportunity for them to demand more money, to be taken more serious. I don't know, JB. What you think about this?
I don't care about kickers, man.
You don't care about kickers until that.
I'm glad it's an option after you score now, so you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and some teams, that's what they do. They be like, you know what? we ain't even gonna put it in the kicker's hand because I mean it's just too rough out there. We can't
say it right. 2 points. Let's go. 2 points.
It's a little too rough out there.
And they're another one of the things that I'm speaking of. Nobody knew kickers' names 10 years ago. Nobody cared.
Right. You know,
you got one job. You know, only time you would kind of pay attention to a kicker is in the return. He try to get be the last man to try to make the tackle and he get ran over or something. Right. Or he get blocked real good. But nobody cares, man.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's JB's take on kickers. Like, you know, obviously he doesn't care. You know what I mean? But sooner or later this season, your team gonna be in a situation.
Actually, the kicker for the Ravens is 23 for 23. I ain't missed not one.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he gonna have a day where he gonna miss 2 PATs and 1 field goal kick. That's gonna cost the Ravens the game. And you better hope it ain't a playoff game. And then
guess what?
He would change his statement completely.
Oh, I know. I'll just be like they shouldn't have put it in some whack kicker's hands, man.
They can put it in
that's why you got offense. You don't need no, you know. Hey, back in the day, man, I hate to keep harping on that phrase, but you only had a kicker for extra points, nothing else, no other reason. It was for the extra points and kickoffs. It wasn't part of the game plan. You didn't never factor in that your kicker was going to give you at least 9.
Right.
No way.
If you're the LA Rams, that's how you win your game.
That's how you win.
That's how you win. I'm just saying. You know, all right. So let's get into it. Glass. We kicked the week off with a good one between the Cards and the Vikings. You know, down in the brand new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. This is what I will say. Now, the Vikings, I know they were going through a little tough stretch, but when you got 100+ yard interception for a return, 100+ yard kickoff return, it makes things a whole lot easier to win a game, don't you think?
Oh, no doubt. It was about time the Vikings turned around because they was going in the 4-game losing streak, a little tailspin. It's refreshing to do it at home against the Cardinals. And I'm put it out there right now. The Cardinals, I'm done with them. Wow. I held on hope with them, think they was gonna make it to at least the NFC Championship this season. Carson Palmer, he a bum, man.
Wow.
What's the secondary on Vikings? Xavier
Rhodes.
That's a bad boy right there. He got to be he in the top 5 of the backs, man.
I mean, he went quiet for like 3 weeks though, right? You know what I'm saying? The rest of the defense. And, you know, it was weird. I was looking at the stats, JB. Neither quarterback passed over 200 yards in the game, which I like in a game with Carson Palmer in it. I would think that was crazy. You know what I mean? But 157, 140, at least 140 something like that. Neither quarterback passed for over 150 yards or so. Special teams defense on Minnesota carried the team. A little bit of juice from the running back position. The Vikings showed up in a big way in a big game. What you think, JB?
Well, I think they are who they always been. I just think teams knew how to neutralize them for what they present. You know, you got a very inept run game. Okay, that's not a threat. You take away Stephon Diggs and Rattle Bradford on their offense, you pretty much got them checkmated. And on defense, you just have to take care of the football. And I think the Cardinals underestimated how explosive they could be. So they made 2 mistakes, and the Minnesota Vikings reminded them. Actually, those 2 plays changed the entire game.
Look, they ought to be lucky that the score was as close as it ended up being. You 14 points unexpected like that. You don't account for that, right? And they were able to to keep it within 6. I mean, kudos to look. I know, Glass, you just trash Carson, but look, they kept that game. It was a game to the end. You know what I mean? So, even with blunders like that, giving up a special teams play.
Hey, listen, man, Carson Palmer is a veteran, and don't get me wrong. I know I'm bashing him. I'm bashing him because I'm seeing what I'm seeing. You a veteran. You know how to throw the ball away. He took too many sacks, man. He trying to sit there. Number one, he damn near 40 years old. What you think you gonna run around trying to elude these defensive players, man? Just go ahead and dump the ball away. You can't. Number one, you don't have Larry Fitzgerald anymore, and they was dropping. And I gotta give shots at the wide receiver because they were dropping key passes. Carson Palmer dropping out there. So it was all offensive. The whole offensive line, wide receivers, quarterback, they all messed up, man.
I think Palmer wanted too much too fast due to the way the game was going. And just kind of, if you go back and look at Minnesota's the losing streak, teams just didn't take chances against them. They just took their strengths away, which is not many. You know, on both sides of the ball. You know, they don't have a whole lot of strengths. If you manage a game with a lead against the Vikings, you will win.
Oh yeah.
But Palmer got greedy because he didn't feel. I'm guessing he didn't feel like the game should be that close, and he took a chance, and you cannot do that not against them.
No, you know, and at the end of the day, Glass, I mean, you know, Carson Palmer didn't give up that special teams touchdown. Just to be clear, I just want to throw that out there. He didn't give up that special teams touchdown. Okay.
Well, I'm looking at more than just this game, just in general. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
I got you.
Okay. All right, the Chicago Bears take on the New York Giants. Right. This was. Hey, listen. You was giggling and you was laughing at Jason Pierre-Paul and them, you know, for the hand issues and all that kind of stuff. Man, them boys been showing up big. I don't even know how many times they put your boy Jay Cutler on the ground, but look. When I see the Giants defense play like that, I like it. You know, it reminds me of the Strahan and all of them. You know what I mean? It was good. JB, when you see the Giants putting up a fight, right? You know, they in the thick of things, right? If a Dallas make a mistake somewhere, it's over. The Giants gonna do what they do best. They come from behind. They like playing the underdog, and they rounded into shape right at the right time. What you think?
They already in shape when it comes to Dallas. If they slip, they gave them their only loss of the season, so they already own the head-to-head. But I mean, they quietly doing what the Giants do, like they always do. Quietly, it's kept. Nobody's talking about the defense. Everybody's still just, if they lose, it's Eli. If they win, they think it's just Odell.
Right.
And that is not the case.
It's definitely not the case. You know, not when you got Cruz coming. He shows up every once in a while. Shepard has been a beast, right? They getting some production out of the running game. You know, it ain't no blow your mind production, but they getting it done. And Eli is taking care of the football, Glass. I mean, and as long as Eli is not turning the ball over, the Giants they're just as good as any other team in that division. What you think?
Number one, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I will not talk about Chicago Bears. I am giving them no kind of light because they suck.
Right.
They my hometown team, but come on, man, it is what it is. But back to the Giants. I appreciate they 7-3. They right behind the Cowboys. Just like you said, if the Cowboys slip, they right there to take up the NFC East.
Yeah.
I have to agree with both of y'all. They're a well-rounded team, defense, offense. Eli, as long as Eli doesn't make them
mistakes,
whack, them whack interceptions. They look good in the NFC.
Yeah.
When it come playoff time.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. The way that division ends up, that's like one of the divisions. That division in the AFC West, that's gonna be good the way these two play out. I can't wait to see what happens. Okay, we got Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They ease one out over the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, the Buccaneers, like, again, they ain't really like jumping out on nobody's radar, but they kind of staying in the thick of things. And every week I'm sitting here like, Tampa gonna be the one that's gonna slip, and because I was more worried about the Saints and all that kind of stuff, for Carolina to try to get back in. But they holding their own against a pretty good team. I don't know, JB. First of all, I think that Tampa is way too talented of a team to put themselves in situations where they lost these games early, right? You look at their wide receivers, you look at their linebackers, you look at their running back. Jameis Winston, I don't know where I put him at. I mean, he all right. You know what I'm saying, right? But what do you think about the Bucs right now, man? They doing their thing. They fighting.
It's hard to say. First of all, you just got to give credit to other teams.
Yeah.
That sometimes people some of them teams just don't want to get beat by Tampa Bay, regardless of how talented they are. And so, but they've been in every game except a few.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the game against the Chiefs, so I know they disappointed because it looked like it was one they thought they already won before they played, and they got surprised.
Yeah, and I mean, and even like crazy mistakes, man. Like I'm telling you, I see bobble snaps from Jameis Winston, putting the ball on the ground. Weird stuff happening in the game, and it's on him, right? And he's the de facto leader of this team now, and it's weird to say that they putting the whole entire team in this man's hands. And I ain't saying that he's a bad quarterback. I'm just saying I just feel like he's a little too fresh, he's a little too new, especially when you see some of the stuff he do on the field. But this defense bailed him out, and his wide receivers are there for him. He got a little bit of a beast at the running back. They hold on and they keep on going. What you got on the Glass?
Man, this game, I don't know if you want to say you want to give the Buccaneers credit or you want to talk about the Chiefs and how they blew this thing. I think the Chiefs actually look past this game, thinking they was going to win this game at Arrowhead, because it's very rare that you lose at Arrowhead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think they look past this game because, they still in the run in the AFC West. I told you last week it was 3 teams: the Broncos, Raiders, and Chiefs. Yeah. And the Chiefs was going to be the weakest link if anybody was going to fall off, and it just showed in this game. With the Buccaneers, slowly but surely, they're coming around. They're 5-5. They're 1 game behind the Falcons. So you can't really sleep on this team. Just like you said, they might peak at the right time and do a little damage the rest of the week. And
they knew they needed this game to keep pace. And like you say, Glass, the Chiefs looked ahead. Yep. They were at home against a seemingly hapless young team,
right?
And they got caught at home.
Like I said, in the Bucs were making some mistakes in that game too, right? And I was like, oh, look at these dudes, right? You know what I mean? Like they don't know what they're doing.
They definitely tried to give it away. They definitely
absolutely right. The Buffalo Bills. Now this is one that I wanted to talk about, right? So some told me yesterday when I was making this pick, I was like, I got a feeling that Buffalo is going to win this game. But, I'm like, okay, well, the pressure is mounting in Cincinnati right now. And then, of course, they lose their star player. Well, I found out right before we went to air that it won't be season ending, but I don't know when he's going to be back. I mean, because what it looked like right here, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, it looked like Cincinnati might be left out when it comes to playoff time. And you know what that means to me? We were talking about Marvin Lewis, right? How his time might have been running out. He ain't missed the playoffs in a long time. His team is slowly falling apart. Okay? And I'm saying this is worse than what people think it is. I don't know, Glass. What you think about it?
You know how I feel about Marvin Lewis, man. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Your team is falling off. They 3-6-1. You know good and well you're on the hot seat. His seat ain't even hot no more. It's flaming. And you know what? Honestly, where I knew Marvin Lewis was tired of losing and tired of this team when he was throwing shots at Donald Trump in the press conference, man. That's when I knew this man's tired. He fed up. He ready to go somewhere else. Don't get me wrong. I believe Marvin Lewis, as soon as the Bengals let him go, he will have a team next season. So I ain't gonna say I feel bad for Marvin Lewis, but it just ain't look good for the Bengals or him.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, right? So Matt Patricia. And he's in New England, right? He's going to become the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, and Marvin Lewis will become the coordinator under Bill Belichick. Watch. I'm telling you, this is going to happen, right?
Really?
I just got a feeling. I don't see Marvin Lewis being another head coach right away. I feel like after everything he done been through, he's going to go want to hide under a proven winning style coach. But JB, listen, this affects your division. And, and I don't know if you see the implosion, if you want to call it that, in Cincinnati. But I think things looking real bleak for them right now. And I got a feeling this is going to be, and I can't really see no way them dig themselves out of this. They're going to miss the playoffs this year.
First of all, you got to strike while the iron's hot. They had 2 or 3 successful seasons at the top. It's hard to win AFC North back-to-back times. Yeah. And they couldn't get over the hump. And I promise you, for any team, I don't care who it is, it could be the Cleveland Browns. If you lose the best you got inside of a struggling season so far, it don't get no easier or better.
Absolutely not. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because if you had exceptional backup talent to Green, he would already be on the field with Green.
Yeah, they tried that little dude out there. Right now, I forget what his name was, but he did pretty good. What was Thielen, or what his name was? He was all right. You know what I mean? But I don't know. He ain't no AJ. AJ Green is in class by himself.
I don't see Marvin Lewis recovering from losing I know Jeremy Hill's still there, if he's still there. Yeah. But you don't recover. You don't turn your season around as a Marvin Lewis with the absence of AJ Green and Giovanni Bernard. Right. And some defensive players.
Yeah. I agree with him. The window was closed. If the window wasn't closed, it's definitely closed now. And with the injury with Bernard and Green, they nailed it shut. So
yeah. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though, Glass. Would you think they would execute this? They would go ahead and cut him, and he done been to 6, 7, 8, however many playoff appearances I had in a row, and he missed it one time, and now he got to go.
He got to. I mean, you know what? It's institutional control. Every time he made it as far as last year was the farthest they made to the NFC.
No, that went to the divisional round, right?
Divisional round, right? But every time they get that far, they shoot themselves in the foot, whether it's penalties, somebody acting up on the team, whatever. And people are like, you know what, we're gonna deal with you because you are bringing us there. This year you're not bringing us there, so this is an opportunity to let you go.
Right, and we far from it. It ain't even close.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I don't know. I'm keeping my eye on Marvin Lewis. I'm watching him. Maybe he'll go join up with Hugh Jackson down there and help him out a little bit. I don't know. Tennessee Titans, look, they came out and exploded last week.
Wait, before we go on, listen, man. I jumped on your bandwagon. You and JB, y'all was praising the Tennessee Titans. I told you I feel about the Tennessee Titans. The 1 week I said, okay, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon. What the hell they do?
Look at you. Hey, listen, man. It's hard to peg these things. Look, they put up 47 points last week. Okay.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That impressed me.
It wasn't working for him this week. And I'm gonna tell you what. Really, I think they got surprised. I think that and Andrew, look, he's in a concussion protocol right now, but he came out there wilding out. We had a good production day from Frank Gore and T.Y. Hilton. They were playing. Look, the Colts were looking like they were trying to say, hey, look, don't forget about us. We still here. JB, look, what you think about this one, man? The Tennessee Titans let me down hard this go round. You know what I mean?
Hey, they put an emphasis on stopping what make them work, and that's the Murray. Yeah, they stop Murray. None of the Walker don't work. The other Matthews don't work. None of that stuff don't work. Mariota don't work with any team. You take the strength away. You can't run it. You can't pass it. That's been football 101 since the beginning.
And then not to mention a nice little offensive display by the Indianapolis Colts glass. I ain't gonna say Luck is back because I don't know how many games he's gonna miss because he is in the concussion protocol right now. But they came out there and they came to play.
Yeah, but it ain't long term. It's just little by little spurts, man. They won this game, but let's not forget, like you said, Luck is in concussion protocol, and he might want to stay in concussion protocol for about a week because they played Thursday against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, he won't start. Nah. Who they got? They still got Curtis Painter. Is that still the guy?
I have no idea.
I think that's what
speaking of, it's a perfect time to segue since your game was Thursday, Q. Your guy Kuechly is out with a significant injury, and I'm not quite sold on it. It's just a concussion.
This is what I'm gonna say. It didn't, like, when you watch the play and you watch the replay. Initially, it looked like I thought it was a leg injury or whatever, right? And then a little while later, they say the dude had a concussion or whatever. I couldn't really see what a concussion happened. I mean, I know he got sandwiched between a couple guys or whatever, but I just saw his leg folded up. So, but whatever it was pretty bad. Go ahead, Glass.
I'm going to keep it real, man. I think he's punch drunk. He reminds me of gosh. What's the quarterback for Atlanta, dog fighting? I can't remember his name.
Vic. Right? Michael Vick.
Yeah, Michael Vick. It didn't take much for him to get concussion. Yeah, I think that's what we got with Luke Kuechly. Yeah, I don't want to wish upon him, but just like you said, it didn't even look like it was that serious. But when you get concussed to the point where it don't take that much for you to get knocked out of the game, that's something serious, man.
It is, especially when you get. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I see remnants and whispers of a Dan Morgan.
Yeah, I mean that's what everybody's saying. When you get concussed that often as a defensive player, man, it's a little rough. And and it's funny. I was talking to Vernon about, like, this dude is like a complete animal on the field. And then and I think everybody was kind of shocked to see how he was reacting on that cart. It was just weird to see him like that. But I wish him the best, man. But they're gonna have to take a good long look at him. And I got a feeling. Because this didn't happen, and last year he had a concussion, he was out for 3 weeks. This looked like it's a lot worse. I don't know if we're gonna see him for the rest of the season. I don't know how many games we got left. 6, 5. I don't know. And that's just another blow to the Carolina Panthers season. And I don't know who they're gonna have stepping up in his place. The young Shaq Thompson been doing this thing, but I don't know.
I personally think it's a knee, because usually. Granted, his concussion situation is different. I think he was told that he couldn't have many more.
And that's why he reacted the way he reacted.
Right. But as a competitor, to get injured and know you may not come back for a while, whether his situation, his last concussion, he was out for 3 weeks, but just know you ain't gonna be back for a while. Usually that means a knee or Achilles or something to that nature.
It does.
Make you that visibly upset as a football player.
Yeah, but I'll end it on this. Carolina better be careful, Glass. Man, you had a conversation about this. They already got in trouble one time this year with the concussion protocol with Cam Newton, and they was under a little bit of investigation. They're my boys, but they're gonna have to take this one delicately. They're gonna have to do something. You know what I mean? So I got a feeling because of what happened earlier, he's gonna be out of the game for a while. He's gonna be gone for a while. So we'll see.
No doubt.
His reaction alone says that something is torn. That it didn't look good, just from his emotion of it all. I don't think it's a question, but I mean, even though I think all players should take that serious, number one. But
yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't see where it could have been. I saw a leg. Right. That's what I saw. So we'll have to see. The truth, I have to come out sooner or later, Glass. It will.
Well, yeah, I mean, but.
Yeah. But in another surprising twist, and I was sitting up there proudly making this pick, Glass. Jacksonville don't stand a chance against Detroit. They don't, and I was like, well, it's gonna be cool. Detroit gonna do their thing, but Detroit, I still I want to get back on that, Glass. I want to get back on it. They doing big things. I want to get back on there, but I'm nervous about them. I am. They got it done, but I don't know.
Like I said, like I told you before, it's addition by subtraction. Ever since Calvin Johnson retired, it seems like Matt Stafford sees the field differently. He includes different players at different times. I think he hit maybe 8 people in the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like he ain't focusing just on Calvin Johnson. Right. You got, he hitting Tate, he hitting the Ebron, he hitting all these wide receivers and tight ends. So that makes it better for the team as a whole, for the Lions, and the defense is coming around, being a little bit more stout and everything. So I ain't gonna say I bank on the Lions, but I give more credit than most people do.
Well, I think they actually have a pretty decent shot here because I mean, look, clearly Green Bay is going through some stuff.
Done.
And Minnesota took a little step back. They bounced back, but they took a little step back, right? So it was really Detroit's, time to really step up and take advantage. And I think, I'm not a fan of Caldwell, but I think he took advantage of a time where he should have took advantage. Like all them games Green Bay was losing, all them games that Minnesota was losing, Detroit was winning, right? So I don't know. I think did we have them coming out?
I think we had the Vikings.
Okay, I had the Vikings. I definitely had them.
Okay. Yeah. All right, JB. So what you think about the Lions and in the Jacksonville game? Honestly, I'm surprised the game was as close as it was. But I know that Detroit ain't no powerhouse offensively. But I didn't think they would let Jacksonville hang around the way they did.
Well, they hungry for a win. But before I move on, I just want to let certain fans know or certain people know that I am engaged in this show and offline, and I want to give some credit to D1's Detroit Miami Dolphins. What's that, 5 in a row?
I haven't got there yet. I'm just saying.
I just want to do that really fast, just to, because I see it. I see it all.
Listen, man. Look,
I just wanted to do that.
I was gonna make a special announcement when we got to the Dolphins yet.
Pardon me for ruining that for you, Q. But anyway, but as far as Detroit goes, I mean, it's there for the taking. And you got 2 teams that's usually competing for the division crown year in, year out, and they both down. So why not? I mean, we ain't worried about Chicago,
right? Yeah. No, I don't know.
So every game has been the way they've been playing, still in games late. They understand the situation.
Oh, absolutely.
They can easily steal it.
I think we're seeing a different side of Caldwell too, Glass. He normally he just sit there with the stone face and don't really react too much. He's really kind of, and I don't know, maybe how Coughlin went through that little change late in his career, whatever. Right. I think Caldwell might be doing a little bit of the same. I don't know.
I agree with you, man. Like I said, I'm not a Caldwell fan either, but I've seen more emotions than I ever seen in his lifetime as an NFL coach or coordinator. So I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got to talk about this one briefly. So the Ravens, they went down by 10 to the Dallas Cowboys. I will just say this. Me and Vernon was talking about it on the show yesterday, and I was like, listen, the Cowboys are just hot right now. I was hoping that Baltimore could have just slapped them in the face and be like, chill out, young dudes. Y'all ain't really who y'all think y'all. But them dudes find a way to win, man. And they played a tough game. They played a real tough game, and it ain't nothing been handed to the Cowboys. I will say I think they've earned just about everything that they accolades that people are giving them right now. Dallas Cowboys fans taking a little bit too far, but the Dallas Cowboys are a real team, man. And I ain't gonna sleep on them. You know what I mean? They are in there earning it. JB, what you guys since they were playing against your team?
Credit to them, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they had to earn that one. They wasn't gonna get that one easy. That's probably the toughest game they'll play. But they got that one rightfully. So I mean, we was doing everything we could to make them look young and make them understand. So this is it's a privilege to be in NFL. Careers do not last long.
That's right.
But we couldn't get none of them. We couldn't get either one of them to make a mistake. So credit to them. I mean, they both got bright futures. Trust me. They don't walk out of that game without second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And like I said, ain't no red carpet been rolled out in front of them. And that, if you want to say that offensive line, I mean, that's a good place to start as a rookie, right? If you're a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back, yeah, you want to have an offensive. But Glass, they not been handed to them. They've been getting it on their own merit, man. And I gotta say, even through the whole Romo conspiracy and all of that, and seeing the way this whole thing's shaking out, I mean, Cowboys are dangerous, bro.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. They're 9-1, and I thought this game was going to give them a test to see what they got, and they did because the Baltimore Ravens was laying hands on Prescott at the beginning of the game. Where I'm looking at Tony Romo like get ready to get up in there because he's under duress. You know what I'm saying? But they got it under control. He's hitting all his wide receivers, especially Cole Beasley. That little wide receiver was doing his thing. Hey, they look good, but like I said, like I told you off air, the gauntlet's not over yet because they playing the Redskins, Vikings, Giants, Buccaneers, Lions, and Eagles at the end of the year. So it's not, we can't give it to them right now.
No, not right now.
But, from what we've seen, they're looking good, man.
I think it's safe to say though that they got a playoff berth. I mean, it's just all but official. I think they will represent the NFC East. And I can't say that because. Yeah, you got to wait till the end. The NFC East always in it, but you have to wait till the very end, I guess, But I think they're a clear favorite, though, Yeah, so.
And before we get off of the Dallas Cowboys, one of them I can't get right award this week got to be Rolando McClain. This fool's on a 10-game suspension, and he was supposed to come back Monday, today. Yeah. They're talking about putting him back on another year. What the hell?
So that make him and Randy Gregory felon. They failed while they was already on suspension.
Right, I was already on it. Because I guess you feel like I'm suspended, right? So they not really gonna mess with me because I'm already. Who did that last year? One of the Panthers players did that. Was it Mario Addison? I think it was. One of them dudes for the Panthers did that. It was on a 10-game, like some kind of game suspension, and he got popped while he was on suspension. It was crazy.
You know what I'll say to that though. Lightning struck twice for them in the draft. He wasn't gonna strike 3 times. He was gonna get a bad apple, and they got one. Gregory.
Yeah, but they getting as far. They putting them as far away from them as possible though. Like you go head over there somewhere. You know what I mean? Well, this one didn't come as no surprise to nobody. The Cleveland Browns. We can't beat a dead horse on this one. They in bad shape. The quarterbacks carousel. The quarterback position there is the most cursed position, and nobody wants this job, man. I don't care how young and eagle-eyed some young dude in college is right now. I'm telling you, he gonna pull one of the moves, but if he end up being number one, projected to be number one, he gonna go back to school like Andrew Luck did. Nobody wants this job, Glass. Nobody. What you think about
with the Browns?
Yeah, the Browns quarterback.
That's nobody but the organization's fault. Yeah. There was many drafts. You could have got one of these quarterbacks that are up and coming right now, like a Dak Prescott. Yeah. You went on here and got Johnny Football. Yeah. Where did that lead you? You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, Wentz or any of these players. Any of these past 6 years, you could have got a quality quarterback, but you didn't. Well, so it ain't nothing but the front office fault doing all.
I mean, they tried. They went to past, present, and future. I've seen, I've seen Delhomme. I've seen RG3. I've seen Jason Campbell. I've seen Seneca Wallace, Colt McCoy. The list go on and on.
Brady ain't made no appearance there, have I'm saying I don't know. They can't test the Brady call, but yeah, the list is ridiculous, JB. It's crazy. And between McCown and Kessler. And what's the story on RG3? I don't know. Like with his injury, we had week 11 going into week 12. He still ain't back yet. What's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I wouldn't want to play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I'll tell you that.
No, definitely not. But JB, you didn't see this one went down the way you wanted to go down, right? I mean, you thought it was gonna go down this way, right?
What was that?
Steelers over Browns 24-9.
Well, actually, something was not quite right about that game because Ben didn't have a good day, and the Steelers offensively did not have a good day. So I mean, I guess it was I think that's the last gasp for Cleveland Browns as far as the division goes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, that was it. And normally, they would play those games a little bit tighter. It's just been bad business. I don't know what got to happen, man. We had said that we thought Jared Jones would have had to go. What did we say, to the upper room in order for the Cowboys to get right? They found a way to get right. They got lucky. I don't know. Look, I don't know what has to happen here in Cleveland, but I wish them all the best of luck. And I do, Glass. I do believe they will win at least one game this season.
They murdered Johnny Manziel before he even had a chance.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, just because it's Cleveland, man.
Yep. He'd have been better served than Dallas right now. There would have been no such thing as a Dak Prescott right now.
I just don't understand how Joe Hayden is doing it.
I don't know. He can work every day like it's all gravy. I'm telling you, right?
He must be living right, man. Because stuff don't happen to him. It happened to Josh Gordon. So many guys on that team that come from other places and get drafted there, and it's good players.
Yeah.
Stuff happened to him. Something happened to him.
Yeah, I mean, look, Hayden is like, he chilling. I mean, he seemed like he loved it there. I don't know what he really feel like, but he won't show it. He won't show it. Now listen,
I guess the team could only could have one star at a time, and that's the way it's been since Jim Brown.
That's the way it's been forever.
One star at a time, man. That's one star at a time.
Okay, so for certain individuals, look. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go back to what I said yesterday. I thought the Dolphins were gonna lose this game because I said that the Rams are very efficient at keeping the score below 18. And I mean, I can't think of that many teams that have scored over 18 points in the season. And they usually find a way to win the game. They had this game won to the very, very end. And look, I ain't gonna take nothing away from Miami because I think they came up when they needed to. They came up big when they needed to come up big. It's just, this is what I would say. If you go 3 quarters with the Los Angeles Rams with a rookie at quarterback, and you can't score no points, and you think that you're gonna do some damage against big boys like Tom Brady and them, I'm just gonna put that out there. It ain't that easy, okay? It ain't that easy. I'm saying you just went toe to toe with Jared Goff, all right? I'm just let that sink in for a minute.
How you gonna compare the Dolphins with the New England Patriots?
Because I'm just saying they play in the same division. That's what I'm saying. You go 3 quarters against Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams, and you can't score, but you think you can compete with Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying.
Hey man, you just deal with that when you come to it, man. You gotta give them credit. They 6-4.
I gave them credit.
Dolphins, they quarter, man. And they credit, man.
Give them
all
credit.
Right.
They came. I said they came up when they supposed to.
They deep when I got you, man. They gonna understand that you're a quality team. I like them because they got Adam Gase. Adam Gase started off slow, but he got the team. He rallied the team around a certain concept, and they playing for him. So kudos to Adam Gase and the Miami Dolphins.
Listen, I think the Dolphins are playing exceptionally well. I think the worst game I done seen them play in this little 5-game stretch that they had was this one against the Los Angeles Rams. Everybody else, man, they've been Ryan Tannehill, who I'm not a fan of.
I'm not about to say that's the if there's a weak link.
He's been playing phenomenally, right? Not so much yesterday, but in other games, man, he was doing this thing. He was actually putting the game on his shoulders, like, me and Ajayi, we got this. Y'all just, do what y'all supposed to do, y'all's job. But yesterday, I'm just saying, when I see stuff like that, JB, a defense like the Rams got, who look, you had to watch the tape. These guys don't let you score. They don't do that. They don't score, but they don't let you score either. And you went 3 quarters with these dudes. 3 quarters. And then had to win the game in the end. I'm just saying, JB, that's just what I saw. That's what I saw.
It don't matter how, but they got it done. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about. Okay. Getting the W, getting it done. But obviously, all the teams that's streaking in the league right now with some type of streak, if you got a win streak, You're streaking with some of the best teams that's having a streak. You have to be good to get a win in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone tie 5 of them together in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No doubt.
nobody's trying to give you anything. And the teams that's got it going in the opposite effect, well, you know what that means.
Right.
So it's pretty simple. I just credit for getting 5 wins in a row, no matter who, and getting it done in that kind of fashion. Yeah. I mean, we can have the same conversation, or your thought process, your logic can apply to how Detroit been getting it done.
You know, absolutely.
They don't do it until it's opportunity.
You're right. You're absolutely
right. Yeah, the third and fourth quarter come back, right?
Listen, I think the Dolphins are playing phenomenally. I do. I think they're playing well. It's just when I saw that matchup yesterday, and I knew it was going to be like that. You know, I knew it was going to be like that going into the game. I was like, you know what? I know these Rams. I'm saying I've seen them do this all season long. I want to see how Miami is going to respond. And you know what? They did it the right way. They didn't score, their one or only, touchdown in the beginning of the game. They did it when it counted the most, right? They're like, oh, well, these guys can't score. We got them pinned down.
As soon as the defense learned that Jared Goff was going to be the guy, they tell him, look, do what you need. We got your back. And they did it for the most of the game. They had the young man's back. I mean, like they said they would. But, I mean, you saw the 2 Dolphin touchdowns. You saw what that was like. That was not on script, but it worked.
It worked. I mean, the one with everybody pushing the guy, and that was great. And then, I mean, you knew what Giant was going to get in there sooner or later. But, again, I'm going to give credit. I know, Glass, you ain't going to like this, but I'm going to give credit to Jeff Fisher. I think Jeff Fisher got something going. I mean, clearly Goff ain't the guy, right? But he might be. Who knows? But he started with the right foundation, started with the defense. And I got to give him props. And I think that the Rams done better than what people expected them to do this season. And I think that's a good place to start. I think they're going to be kind of there. If they can figure out what to do on offense, get some help for Austin and stuff like that. They got Quick in there. They get some more help in there. Gurley get back in the form. The Rams going to be the Rams.
But you see with the play that gave the Dolphins life, I think it was some kind of unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness call on one of the Rams defenders that gave the Dolphins another chance. Yeah. I mean, so that's Jeff Fisher's undisciplined. That's him.
Well, it's hard to teach toughness without a little bit of unruliness in there. You know what I mean? It's
but I mean, if you don't fought for you and your teammates don't fought for 3.5 quarters. You don't do it that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. Last couple. Oh, go ahead.
Q, listen, man. Don't give Jeff Fisher any credit, man. This man has gone damn near 9 seasons under 500.
Yeah,
he's known as Coach 7-9. He is right now 4-6. He just win 3 more games and he'll be all right.
Look, I know we don't give out trophies for trying and stuff. I know we don't do that around here. I'm just saying, look what the man been dealt. Okay, and then look. It's taking some time to put together a nice score. Listen, the Rams ain't been able to get back since the whole Greatest Show on Turf stuff, okay? And they finally they taking the right steps, in my opinion, anyway.
They change everybody but the head coach.
Maybe Jeff Fisher's not the coach. Okay, I agree with you. Maybe he ain't the one to roll with them in the future, but I think they're building a nice squad there.
Just no team in general. I've seen him have a balanced attack or just have good logic. Why put your rookie in there this late in the season? Right. Why run the tread down on Gurley and not explore other options on offense? Right. I mean, nobody knows who the number 2 receiver is in St. Louis or wherever they are now.
LA, right.
Why aren't you using a talent like Tavon Austin doing other things?
Right. Well, I mean,
that don't make sense, man. And that's just Jeff Fisher at his best. If Gurley ain't 100%, there is no offense.
Yeah. I feel you. I'm gonna stick to it. Maybe Fisher ain't the right coach. Maybe that's the last part they need to change, right?
I mean, we've seen him in 3 places already. It's the same style. Was it just Tennessee and the Rams?
Tennessee here, yeah. Well, I guess you count the Oilers, but yeah, when the Oilers Tennessee.
And like Glass said back in doing the divisional breakdowns, he'll win a division game or 2 to make himself relevant.
Well, he got that new deal, so
that's the same thing he did in Tennessee. He would beat the Colts, which they got a horrific record against the Colts, but he'll beat a divisional opponent, and everybody think now we got something, but then they'll lose 7 in a row after that.
Yeah, right. He got a deal that he was looking for, so he ain't going to win no time soon. And speaking of using Tavon Austin in different ways in offense, we saw Pete Carroll, Doug Baldwin, and Russell Wilson with some trickery, which I thought was beautiful, by the way. You know what I mean? That was amazing. But the Seahawks are just I was worried about them in the beginning of the season, JB. Especially with injuries to Russell Wilson, and a clear void in the backfield without Marshawn Lynch, and then Rawls went down, and they had to fill in with Christian Michael and all that kind of stuff. But man, I look at them now, and I'm like, okay, they jumping out and they saying, hey, look, this is still our division. You know what I mean, Jay? What you think about this?
This is typical of them. The past 3 years, 3-4 years. Yeah. This is their moment. This is their time. And it's another team, out in the AFC West that'll probably, they got about 2 more weeks to remain dormant, and then they'll wake up.
Right.
The San Diego Chargers. I mean, it may be a little too late, but that's their time of year.
Yeah, might be a little too late, but yeah, I don't know. I like what I'm seeing out of Seattle, man, and and what's really sad, Glass, is we talk about a team like Philadelphia, who was like smoking hot out the gate, went on the bye and came back and lost a bunch of them, but then bounced back and beat the number 1 team in the league, and they beat the Atlanta Falcons. And I thought, well, maybe Philly back, but I don't know.
This is more on Seahawks than it is on the Eagles, man. The Eagles, like you said, they're 5-5. We don't expect much from Philadelphia after the season they had last year. But then again, with the Seahawks, they slowly but surely come around. They 7-2-1. Yeah. Russell Wilson looked good yesterday. That defense hitting hard. I think they knocked out at least 4 key players for the Eagles yesterday. They coming around at the right time to go into the playoffs with all pistons burning at the same time.
Yeah, I think so too. The 49ers, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now, is an easy one. Like I said on the show yesterday, this is one of the only teams that I see outside of the Cincinnati Bengals, right, that every week they take a step back, and this is the San Francisco 49ers. I know we can go a whole nother hour talking about Chip Kelly, but I think we know what the problem is in San Francisco. They done lost a lot of games in a row, Glass, a lot of games in a row. It don't like it's getting no better. They made the quarterback change to Colin Kaepernick. Look, and I'm gonna tell you, Cap is doing everything in his power, dude. He is out there doing his thing. I mean, and he's still Colin Kaepernick. He's still gonna turn the ball over, but he gives you a better chance than a Blaine Gabbert, in my opinion. But man, this is a bad situation, Glass. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it happen in Philadelphia, man.
This is Cleveland Browns West. Right. Let's go back to the front office. Yeah. They putting out garbage. When you put out garbage, that's what you get back.
Yeah.
Nothing against Kaepernick, but Chip Kelly was not the coach that's supposed to be out there right now. Yeah. They don't have like we said last week. Everybody's either retiring, quitting, whatever. It's not gonna get any better anytime soon. They 1-9. I don't even remember the one game that they won. Was at the beginning of the season.
It was against the Rams, and they shut the Rams out in that game. Yeah.
So I ain't expecting much from the 49ers anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. On that, JB, you had something you want to add to the 49 without going into a tangent about Chip Kelly?
I won't touch Chip, but based on how many cornerstone players they lost, some of their own legends, some of the exodus, you subtract Anquan Bolden, you pretty much saying it's going to take at least with that amount of talent loss with retirements and people just getting out. We're looking at 2 to 3. You can expect a rebuild situation, and it's gonna take them a long time because they lost too many significant things.
They did
too many,
and they gave the keys to Chip Kelly, and
which sets them back at least 5.
Right, absolutely. And then last night's game, man, came out to be a good one. Washington came out balling. You know what I mean? They came out balling, and they took care of a team that's already kind of limping a little bit. I wasn't really surprised. I was surprised that Cousins and them was able to rack up that many points, but I expected them to win this game. JB, Washington is going to stay in this fight. Everybody like the Giants and Dallas, but Washington is like, hey, we got a squad over here too, bro. I'm just saying. So Washington get the win in dramatic fashion. JB, over Green Bay Packers.
Well, hey, I'm pretty sure they will. They play like they had all the confidence in the world they could beat them.
Yeah, they did.
And they got him, and they getting their money's worth out of Josh Norman.
They are. They getting their money's worth out of him. Everybody was kind of souring on Cousins a little bit, but I think they putting the personalities in place. Glass, a couple of veteran guys out there like Garcon and Jackson. And they got a nice little mix. I still think it's gonna take another year or two before they can ride. I mean, because honestly, they getting better, but Dallas, we saw Dallas got a whole lot better real quick. Giants are getting better, right? Philadelphia got better. The whole division got better. So like they all kind of, they ended. This is gonna be a heated battle right here.
It's gonna be a nice little. It's 6-3, 6-3-1. I didn't expect that from Washington. And shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. He sat there and showed his little attitude yesterday at the end of the game because they gave him a franchise tag to see if he still got what he showed, little thing of what he had last year.
Right.
He showed it, and when the GM tried to give him a hug, he let them. What he say? How you like that?
Yeah.
Look at him like, man, get up off me, man. You want to see what I got? And I'm showing you right now how you like that. So,
he ain't for a big payday. He really is. So I think this season will just be a them solidifying. Hey, look, Cousins is our guy. We got another captain back then, Josh Norman. We got our wide receiver situation situated. Get their running back situation up to speed back like how they used to have it. Before they let old boy go. What was his name? The baseball bat guy.
Alvin Morris.
Yeah, Alvin Morris, yeah. But once they get that straightened out, look, maybe plug some holes on the offensive line a little bit. They good to go. But again, that whole division is just growing and getting better. So it is what it is. Okay, so we got a showdown between. Okay, and it's weird because you got Brock Osweiler and the Houston Texans taking on Carr and the Oakland Raiders in Mexico. Okay, Mexico City. That's where they playing at. No significance really in this game except for I think Houston just need to pad their stats a little bit, and Oakland are just trying to stave off and just trying to keep on racking up wins. Okay, let's do it. Let's pick it. Look, neutral soil here. You ain't in the black hole. You know what I'm saying? So can the Oakland Raiders show a little vulnerability here? I don't know, Glass. What you got?
Man, Oakland Raiders got this game on lock. Don't even trip, man. They might as well go ahead and party in Mexico right now because Houston, they got good defense. The offense is what's up.
Yeah. The
quarterback, he ain't playing up to par. He ain't hitting his wide receivers. The run game is kind of shot.
Yeah.
The Raiders, only weak spot they got is the defense, but I think they got enough to win this game. I think Derek Carr is going to have a phenomenal game. Latavius Murray, he gonna have at least 120 yards on this game, so it's gonna be an easy win for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that the Raiders gonna go out there and do exactly what the NFL was having this game in Mexico City in the first place for. You're gonna go out there and put on a nice little show, right? And everybody gonna be loving it. I don't think that Houston's gonna provide that much resistance, JB. I don't think it's gonna be that much resistance, but I think the Oakland Raiders, this is their time to shine. They got a national spotlight on them, and everybody talking about them. They're gonna. I think it's gonna be like a clinic out there, man. It's gonna be good. What you got?
Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Cool.
What else is to talk about?
Really ain't much to talk about. You know what I mean? But okay. So with that right there, that puts a nice little bow on week 11, and we roll into week 12. We're gonna go ahead and skip the promo this week because we're gonna go straight into our winners, losers, and locks, right? And
cool.
We're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's see here. Let's see. For winners, losers, and locks, let me think about what I want to do here. Winners. Okay, I know what I can do. I know exactly how I can set it off because I've been talking about. I've been talking about the Dolphins and saying, okay, the Dolphins. Look, I ain't dissing the Dolphins. Okay, I'm just saying for me, I like to see people earn things, and I think they earned that one yesterday. I think they did, right? So 5 games for a team like the Dolphins who kind of, getting themselves together or whatever. The defense stood up and, they, like I said, they got into the trenches for 3 quarters with the Rams defense and all that. And they came out victorious. So, and just so I won't get attacked on Twitter in all caps, I'm gonna hang a big dub on the Miami Dolphins for, securing a 5th win in a row, Glass. Okay. I guess I go ahead and do the losers too. And, so losers again, I'm gonna go back to San Francisco this time. Normally I put it on the Browns, but everybody know the Browns are losers. San Francisco gotta look. I feel like we can't afford to have Chip Kelly finish his contract out. I don't think San Francisco is in a position to be able to do that. I think that we're gonna have to cut ties with this dude. And again, the pickings are slim, but anything is gonna be better than that rhetoric that Chip Kelly is spitting. Okay. Go ahead and do that. So I got the losers being the San Francisco 49ers at the moment. What I want to say is a lock. I don't know, Glass. What I got as a lock this week? Let me see here. A lock. I don't know. Hey, I do this right here. My Panthers survived last week, right? We survived. Look, we survived. We ain't there yet. You can't put us in that dump truck. We ain't ready to go in there yet. And we got who coming to town? We got the Seattle Seahawks coming to town. Is that right? Yeah. And we done beat them in the last 3 meetings, right? Yeah.
Come on, man.
We beat them in the last 3 meetings. Yeah. Beat them in the last 3 meetings.
That's your lock?
That's my lock. Carolina will get this one done. Like I said, Seattle playing very well. I don't even know where they're playing the game at. I think they playing it in Seattle. I think that's the last place we beat them at. So, yeah, I like Carolina. And look, this will be the catapult right here. I said that about 2 weeks ago when we faced the Chiefs, and we ended up losing that game. But this is going to be the catapult. This will get us back in the fight. All right? So, that's my winners, losers, the lock. Glass, what you got?
All right, man. I'm going to go ahead and keep it real with my winners. I'm going to say the same thing. Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott. Ezekiel Elliott still leading the league in rushing at 1,102 yards. I don't think he'll break Eric Dickerson record because they're going through some teams that's going to try to stop him. So I can't see him get 1,800 yards. Right. But it is what it is. Dak Prescott, he's straight humbled Tony Romo, where he had to make a concession speech last week. So kudos to them. Kudos to the Cowboys. My loser has to be Jay Cutler, quarterback of the Chicago Bears. He might be out for the remainder of the season because of the shoulder injury he sustained yesterday. It didn't matter. He wasn't worth ish anyway. I'm done with him. Good riddance. I don't know what team going to pick him up, but we got to get rid of him. I blame that on John Fox. Now we got Matt Barkley as quarterback. So you know how the rest of the season going to go, which leads into my lock. I predict that the Bears will only win one more game. Wow! Dang. In the preseason, I had them going 8-8. When the season started, I said, "Okay, I'll change it to 4-12." Yeah, I'm not even gonna give them that much. They might win one more game. You got Kevin White out, Zach Miller out, Kyle Long out, Brian Hoyer out. You got Alshon Jeffrey suspended. You got Jarrell Freeman suspended. Hell, who we got left? So. And then with the schedule, we got the Titans, the 49ers, the Lions, the Packers, Washington, and the Vikings. They might get one more game out that deal. So that's my lock.
I got to agree.
Wow.
I do.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty much over in Chicago. So I know you about ready to throw them on that truck, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. I was proud to throw them on them this week. But
so far I thought I saw Jacksonville and that was it, right?
But those are the potential ones. Oh, okay. They're not actually out yet mathematically. Okay. Only one that's out is the Browns.
Okay, cool. All right, JB, you up? What you got, man? Hopefully you sprinkle some good luck into your week next week.
So what?
We can sprinkle some good luck into your week next week.
Oh man, well, regardless, don't even matter because they're already in trouble anyway. They missing out. Anyway, my winners is MC ACDC tonight. They all have a big game. Cooper Crabtree. They gonna have a very big game, Mexico City. Because the Houston Texans probably already partied last night because they already know they was gonna lose. Anyway, my losers is let's say I don't have a loser. I'll come back to that. But my lock is that I guarantee you Hugh Jackson will be a remaining coach over Kelly, Fisher, Caldwell, and Marvin Lewis by the end of the season.
You know what? I can't disagree with that at all. I really can't. I mean, and that's like real insightful. I would have never thought of that, but you might be right.
Yeah. And the lock is oh man, I think it's gonna be a real interesting game against Washington and Dallas next week.
Yes, definitely Thanksgiving Day. Absolutely.
True that.
That one's gonna
actually that's not next week. That's Thursday.
That's Thursday. Yeah, that's actually.
And Dallas is on a short week, and I think the message got sent back to Dallas. Actually, I heard the fans screaming, "We want Dallas at the end of that game."
Wow.
So I didn't say who or what, but that's gonna be an interesting matchup.
I mean, normally that game is pretty lame on Thanksgiving Day, right?
It's got some relevancy for sure this time.
Yeah, it really does. Agree. It really does. Well, I want to thank you guys who stopped in earlier and the ones who are going to check this video out in a little bit. Thanks for checking us out this week, and that was our Week 11 wrap-up. We'll catch y'all next week at same time and everything like that. Before we go, JB, go ahead and let everybody know how they can get at you and what you got going on.
Man, other than still just being disappointed by how the NFL do things. Absolutely. You can always find me here on Twitter at Raven Show. Beautifully done. Glass, always a pleasure. I'd like to have your insight here on the show, man, even though, y'all don't let me speak my mind. Every time I speak my mind, y'all want to shut me down, but it's all good. Let everybody know
why you feel like you can override all my opinions.
Because me and JB try to control this show and not turn it into the Black and Blue podcast. That's the reason why we do what we do.
Okay.
Because he be trying, Glass, for sure.
I know, yeah, he's trying to ease it up in there, but it's all good, man. Wow. If you don't find me here at TeamBoydTV Live or at 3 and Out, you can find me at Get With It Sports Media. Go to Spreaker, search for Get With It Sports Media. You get all our shows there with our weekly picks. 2 cent deposit on sports. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook at Get With It Sports. Check out the blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Questions, comments, you just want to shoot the ish, you can hit me up. Email getwithitsports2, that's the number 2 at gmail.com.
Nice. Oh, before we go, before you do it, Q, I'm gonna throw John Fox's name in there too. If I didn't mention
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Only thing I would say, I would be a little bit worried about Fisher because, they trying to invest in him a little bit. But I think everybody else though definitely right. Fisher,
hey, you know what? He might have cleverly bought time by throwing golf in there and blaming it on a developmental thing. So they probably want to keep Fisher. Hey, Glass, you was right about that guy. That guy be buying time, man.
That dude knows what he's doing. Look, he ain't been no coach for 20 years for no reason now. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Anyway, you guys have been awesome as always, man. Didn't get a whole lot of interaction in the show tonight, but that's all good. We will catch you guys on Twitter in a little bit as we, check out the game live from Mexico City. You guys can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. And if you're watching the video and you like it, man, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share it with your people, let everybody know what's going on with that. And we will see you guys next week. We're going to go ahead and roll on up out of here, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace. And